Hello and welcome to FPL Neutral. Welcome to my Game Week 12 team selection video. It's been a long international break and we're all itching to head back into FPL. There's been a lot of injuries, new updates. I could be taking a -8 hit even, so let's jump right in. So let's first look at how Game Week 11 went. As usual with international breaks, it feels like a long time ago, but it was a good week for me. I was a good green arrow jump. I got 51 points. I'm into the top 500k now, 461k rank at the moment. It was a very happy week for me because my two transfers in, right, I'm calling them signings for some reason, but like my two transfers in delivered for me big time. My transfers in were Saka and Thiago. Brought them in for Gyökeres and for Gordon, and both of them came with double-digit hauls and beautiful. These are the moments that you enjoy in FPL, right? The two guys you buy in, they haul big. So it was a big jump for me that way. Of course, two penalty misses in my team, I think, but most engaged managers had the same because Haaland and Semenyo being so highly owned, both of them ended up missing penalties. I did end up captaining Haaland. I know a lot of Saka captainers are joyful this week, of course, but Haaland, if he had scored that penalty, he would have probably beaten Saka. He would have probably ended on 13 points. So not very sad about that decision, but of course the outcome didn't work out. But still, very happy with the score overall. I think the defense, Arsenal defense, finally conceding to Sunderland twice. So of course now we know they're human. Munoz coming in with a clean sheet once again, but then where are those attacking returns we bought him for? That's why we're paying the premium, because somebody like a Richards at 4.5 even got DEFCON and got 8 points. We've been paying Munoz for the attacking returns, but the fixtures are still there. Upcoming fixtures are good, so hopefully they'll come. So he owes me one, but happy to have the clean sheet points at least. Uh, in midfield, Enzo once again blanking, NDI blanking. It's they're having good chances. They're points dodging, but hopefully they'll come soon. Mateta blank once again, and Thiago and Saka, as I mentioned, like very happy with that. Reinders on the bench didn't even start, so that's definitely somebody I'm looking to get out of my team. So that's how I did. Let's jump into game week 12 and how the team is looking before we make any transfers. The big news over the international break is the Gabriel injury, right? Like I think it's stumped everyone. Everyone's transfer plans they've been planning for, long-term planning, everything has been stumped. Now the biggest advantage that I feel I thought I had was that I have all my chips left except my wild card. I still have my bench boost, I still have my free hit, I still have my triple captain, all left to play. So hopefully I can use those to my advantage. But the bench boost just feels like I should have just got it done with so long ago, and feels like a mistake that I've held it on for so long. My plan was to bench boost in game week 12, but with all the injury updates that have been coming, Gabriel, possibly Semenyo today, so all that, it just feels a headache to get it done with. My plan is to use the bench boost in game week 12. So let's just see how I can do that. I might have to use multiple transfers, even take hits to do that. So let's just see how the team is lining up before making any transfers. Raya in goal, I'm actually quite happy that I do have Raya in goal, because with the Gabriel injury, with not knowing who else to go for in that defense, like possibly like Calafiori seems to have an injury issue. Of course, Timber and Saliba look like solid options, but a lot of people do have benching headaches as well this week, because you have Anderson with a good fixture, Senesi with a good fixture, all that. But I feel having Raya safely in place as my keeper option, I'm quite happy with. So the Arsenal defense, I'm sorted. Even if I don't go for one as a Gabriel replacement, I do have one at least in my keeper spot. The defense looks good this week, even without the transfers. Even if I didn't use a Gabriel transfer, I could just bench him, because the defense, the three look good. Munoz playing Wolves away, great fixture. Hopefully that attacking returns comes. Senesi playing West Ham at home, another really good fixture. West Ham are still not hitting the heights, hitting any heights, even with the new manager. Anderson playing Sunderland at home, not the best fixture, because Sunderland have looked pretty good, but it's still a home fixture, still against a promoted side eventually. So I think it's definitely a very playable fixture there. So I will get to my Gabriel replacements and who I'm looking at down the line, because as I said, I am looking to play my bench boost, so I can't have any. If I am, of course, I wouldn't have anybody on my bench, non-playing players. So we'll look at my transfer plans later. But the defense looks okay. Rodon playing Aston Villa at home as well, so it's still a home fixture. It's still Leeds at home are still a good team, so not really expecting a clean sheet there, but maybe Rodon comes away with another goal like he's done for me before. So okay with that. And moving on to my midfield now, Saka playing Spurs at home. Again, very happy as my transfer in last week. Did consider him for captaincy this week, but because Haaland is playing Newcastle away, not the easiest of fixtures. Saka at home to Spurs. Spurs could concede, but then it just feels like Thomas Frank on his day could just have a very solid defensive team and like may make it difficult for Arsenal to score. Of course, Saka is still on penalties because Gyökeres still seems to be out. So definitely hopeful for Saka's prospects, his scoring prospects this week. But then I'm not sure about the captaincy yet. If I had Salah, I would definitely captain him over Haaland, but Saka, I'm still on the fence about. But again, happy to have him as my vice captain going forward. And then Enzo Fernandez playing Burnley away. There was injury doubts because he didn't go to Argentina to play in the international break. He was rested, but today Enzo Maresca has confirmed that he is fit and available for Burnley. There were doubts that he might not play because Chelsea have two really difficult fixtures after this. They play Barcelona in midfield. Sorry, in midweek. Why did I say midfield? And then they play Arsenal and the weekend after that. So Burnley could have been a game where he might have been rested, but I don't think they will. It's an away game. He is a key part of that team, and he could be on penalties because Cole Palmer is again out due to a freak home toe accident. But yeah, so definitely, hopefully, and Enzo plays. Maybe he comes off after 60, 70 minutes. That's okay, but still, Burnley is a great game to play in. Semenyo, another big talking point this week, playing West Ham at home. His numbers have reduced. Of course, his underlying numbers have come down. He's blanked, I think, 3 game weeks now. So he is somebody we were monitoring as somebody, if he continues to blank, maybe get out of. But the fixtures were good because he's playing West Ham at home, Sunderland after that, and Everton after that. So the next three are actually good fixtures. But then there were doubts about his injury in during the international break, and today it was confirmed that he is having an injury that there's a touch and go. They'll take a decision late tomorrow. So there is a doubt there. So if it feels like he is a doubt, I might just move him on this week itself. I might not risk it, especially I'm on my bench boost, as I said. So you don't want to risk any injury doubt players if you are playing a bench boost. United midfielder, somebody I am having my eye on. I will show you the paths I have for Semenyo down the line. The other midfielder, NDI, I think somebody people are looking to sell. I think if I had more free transfers, I'm definitely wouldn't mind selling him. I think somebody like an Ismail Assar or even maybe a Dominic Soboslai, you can move him on to. But because NDI goes for AFCON in 5 weeks or so, and the fixtures aren't really great. They're playing United away, which feels fine this week. United are not the most watertight defenses, so you can get a spike a haul. And he is on penalties, right? That's the biggest part of why I feel don't feel like selling India, because he's on penalties and he could get a penalty anytime. So he has United away this week, Newcastle at home next week. And then after that, Bournemouth. So it's not the easiest of fixtures, but it's definitely not a priority transfer out. I'm happy to hold him until he goes on to AFCON as well. And then the fifth midfielder is Reinders. I think the biggest issue in my team, apart from Gabriel, of course, but yeah, Reinders didn't start last week, and doesn't look to be in City's best team, even possibly. Of course, he could still play, and City have a good run of fixtures from game week 13 onwards. I just feel it's too much of a risk to have him in a team, and it's not a great fixture this week. So I am looking to transfer Reinders out. And spoiler alert, I actually have transferred him out because last night I did make the transfer already. I moved Reinders. Spoiler alert again, I moved him on to Minte. I had the money for that. We'll move on to my targets a little after this, so I'll show you why I like Minte. But yeah, so Reinders definitely somebody I wanted to sell. And the forward line I am extremely happy with, because this is the forward line that I think most of the people in the game are wanting to get to, because this is the three that everyone's top three priority. That is Haaland, of course. I don't have to say much. He is in incredible form. Even in the international break, he was smashing in goals for Norway. I think he'll be a perma cap play for a lot of people. He's going nowhere, and I am looking to maybe even play my triple captainship next week, possibly in game week 13 when Haaland plays Leeds. I know a lot of people are considering playing their free hit that week, but I just feel that there is an opportunity for me to go Haaland triple captain there. And Mateta as well. Palace have fantastic fixtures. Even Wolves away this week. Man United, they have Burnley, all that. So it's a great run of fixtures. So very happy with Mateta and my new signing Thiago, my shiny new boy Thiago, playing Brighton this week, Burnley next week. So again, good fixtures. Maybe after Burnley in game week 14 when they play Arsenal away, it could be somebody I might look to move down to somebody like a Giu, but still Thiago is somebody I'm not looking to touch at the moment. And then this is my team. This is how I'm looking. So let's just look at how we are, what the dilemmas are in my team. So as I said, I just summarize how I'm looking at the 15 players in my team right now, which are the players I'm absolutely happy to hold for a while, like for the long term. I'm both my keepers, of course, Raya and Dubravka, very happy long term. In my defense, Munoz for the next batch of fixtures that Palace have, great. I think maybe game week 16 when they play City is when I can look to move him on to bring back an Arsenal defender. So if I don't buy an Arsenal defender for Gabriel, I can look to get back to double Arsenal defense in game week 16 because that's a Munoz will enter a tough run of fixtures. And but for now, hoping for those attacking returns, but happy to hold. Anderson is just a somebody you can just have on your bench on most weeks. I think it's not a very good run of fixtures post this week, but I think again after 3 weeks from now, 15, 16, 17, and they still Fulham still have good fixtures. So and he's a DefCon beast as always, and like you can just have him on your bench. Rodon as well, cheapest defender, possibly on my third bench on most weeks, but solid. Not looking to use any transfers there for sure. In midfield is where I feel a lot of changes I do want in my team, and Saka is the only one I am very happy to keep long term. Saka, of course, was my transfer in last week, and possible captaincy options every now and then when Haaland doesn't have a good fixture. I'm eyeing game week 16 when Saka plays Wolves and Haaland plays away. So very happy with Saka. And as I said, my forward line, I'm extremely happy with all three of them. I'm not looking at the transfer at the moment. Down the line, we will see, but very happy to have the lot of them. And now let's look at the players that I am happy for this week. I would definitely happy to play them this week if fit. So there are two stars, if you can see, Enzo and Semenyo. I put them stars because they were yellow flag. There were doubts on them going into this week, but Enzo has actually been cleared to play. So with the Burnley fixture, definitely holding him for game week 12. Semenyo, on the other hand, has been made a doubt. So he is not sure if he will play. So there I am. I might even consider selling him this week. And Senesi is somebody I am, again, for the next two fixtures for sure, I'm happy to hold because it's West Ham, Sunderland. But after that, in game week 15, especially when we'll have a lot of free transfers to use, right? Because we'll get in 16, you're going to get a bunch of 5 free transfers. So you have to use up your transfers by game week 15. So Senesi, they play Chelsea in game week 15. So I might look to move him on. Somebody I have in mind is maybe Nico O'Reilly of Man City, but happy with Senesi for now. Now, the players I'm ready to sell at the moment is, as I said, Gabriel, of course, is injured, possibly for a month or two, possibly, up to 10 game weeks he might be out for. There's no doubt that in my mind that I need to sell him. Reinders, as I mentioned, not the minutes are too risky to hold on. And India, I'm actually happy to hold on this week. But if there's a good opportunity that comes up, I'm happy to sell in the coming few weeks anytime. So because the fixtures are not as great, he is going to AFCON later, so he is eventually a sell anyway, but not a priority sell. But definitely somebody I am ready to sell. So these are the dilemmas that I have in my team. Now, one key strategy when I'm trying to make my transfer plans is when I'm going to free hit, right? Like, so I just take you through 3 possible paths that I have for my free hit. Game week 13 is the most popular free hit window in the entire community. Most people are looking to go there. One of the biggest reasons is Chelsea play Arsenal, so most people have Arsenal players, they have Chelsea players, so you can avoid that fixture. Palace and Man United, a lot of people have Man United midfield, Palace players, they play each other, so you can maybe avoid that. But of course, either Palace or Man United players could haul in that fixture. You could never say. So the free hit is a very double-edged sword that way. There's a big chance that your free hit team underscores your actual team. So, but it's still, you have to take the opportunity where it comes. Now, which are the fixtures you can target on a free hit? In game week 13, you have Brentford playing Burnley at home. But then I have Thiago. I can understand a lot of people wanting to go here because they don't have the Thiago in the team, and it's a great fixture for him. I already have Thiago in place. Man City play Leeds. It's a great fixture for Man City. of course you have the opportunity to triple up on them, but then who do you really go for? Like midfield, Doku, I'm not really keen. Nico O'Reilly in defense, maybe, yes, true. But what I'm saying is, if I don't free hit in game week 13, I have the opportunity to triple captain Haaland in game week 13. So that's what I'm looking at, because that's an edge over all the free hitters that I can take, right? Because I have Thiago in place. I have the opportunity to triple captain Haaland, and otherwise the team looks fine actually. Like, it's okay to play Saka against Chelsea away, it's okay to play Raya Chelsea away, so it's fine. So I'm not really looking to free hit in game week 13. Now 16 and 17 are the other two options. I just go through which are the fixtures you can target in game week 16 and 17. And uh, in 16 you can avoid the Palace Man City, which is a slightly difficult fixture for Haaland, so you can go for a Salah captaincy there. United Bournemouth, Liverpool Brighton. So those are the things that, if you have players from that, like a Minte, if you have, we can avoid those. The targetable fixtures: Arsenal playing Wolves at home, great fixture for them. Chelsea playing Everton at home. Brentford again playing Leeds at home. Burnley against Fulham. So Burnley against Fulham is because you'd like to target those fixtures, Burnley and Fulham, but they're playing each other, so it's not really that great. I don't like this as much, because you are going to enter game week 16 with 5 free transfers, and then a lot of people, the entire FPL community is going to get 5 free transfers, and a lot of them are going to be using it. There are going to be a lot of price changes with a lot of the transfers being used, and if you're free hitting, you're just going to lose out on all those price changes that are going to happen. So I'm not very keen on the game week 16 free hit. What I am right now, my favorite window is game week 17. So what can you do with game week 17? Of course, Spurs play Liverpool. So if you do have Liverpool players, and so you can avoid them for their one most difficult fixture in this entire run of 10 games that they have. Villa play Man United. Away at Villa is not the best fixture. So if you have Man United midfielders, you can avoid that. Newcastle play Chelsea, so you can avoid those as well. Now, what you can target, again, you can go Triple City. They're playing West Ham at home. If you're selling Semenyo or a Senesi, your Bournemouth players in the coming weeks, they have Burnley at home. They're one good fixture in that run, so you can bring them back for that. Brighton playing Sunderland. Wolves playing Brentford. Again, if you can bring in a Thiago if you don't have it. And Palace, if you've maybe sold your Palace in game week 16, like I was planning to sell Munoz in game week 16, you can bring them back for the Leeds game in game week 17. So I am right now, my plan is to do game week 17. So I just wanted to show you the thinking that I had in while doing this as well. So let's look at my transfer paths. Now, I have one free transfer. I have 0.7 million in the bank. Now, in my defender, so I am selling Gabriel, right? This is basically a Gabriel replacements list. Now, I can go sideways to another Arsenal defender, to Timber, maybe, who is expensive, with 6.2 now. But the idea is that the next couple of fixtures against Spurs and Chelsea are not the easiest, right? I know Arsenal are the best defense and they probably have the most likeliest clean sheet potential, but I feel there is an opportunity to go away. And Gabriel, for all the Arsenal defense as a team, they work as a team and all that. Gabriel is still their best player, I will say. The leader within that defense, and you could say that the defense does get affected, right? So I still feel there is an opportunity to maybe go for the Arsenal defender, a second Arsenal defender later. Now, if you didn't have an Arsenal defender, I would definitely go for this option. But I already have Raya in place. I know it's a very boring choice to have Raya, but I still Timber is a very solid option. You can still go there for sure. But if you already have one, it's okay to try others, because my favorite choice at the moment is Virgil van Dijk. Now, Liverpool enter a fantastic fixture run. Now, let's just quickly look at the fixture ticker. I wanted to show the fixture ticker earlier. If you can see, from game week 12 to 17 as a 6 game week window, Liverpool are right at the top. Look at that fixture run: Forest, West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds, Brighton, Spurs, and then after that as well, it's Wolves and Burnley, I think. So it's a fantastic run of fixtures. So it is. But who do you really go for? And I'm someone who likes to have players playing in different matches. Like, it's if for next 6 weeks, if I didn't have a Liverpool player, and you're going to be looking at a good Liverpool fixture every weekend, you're going to be looking at that, and like not having a player there is not going to be fun. So that's why I was really considering Van Dijk, because I know he's still good for DEFCONs. I know they haven't kept enough clean sheets, but hopefully in this fixture run they could. And he's good, has decent goal threat. We've seen Van Dijk come up in corners with headers, so hopefully he spikes that. So this is my main option that I'm considering for that. And if I wanted a punt, I'll go for Nico O'Reilly of Man City. He's started 7 of the last 8 fixtures. He's not really a DEFCON guy, but still his attacking numbers are pretty good. City have good fixtures, especially from game week 13. So if you see City uh, in this fixture run, so sorry for that. Yeah, so from game week 13 onwards, they have a fantastic fixture run starting from Leeds and all that. So Nico O'Reilly, I am considering bringing him in, if not this week, but maybe down the line as well. So these are my top Gabriel options, and right now I am uh, eyeing Van Dijk as that option because I just feel like I having one Liverpool player in the team will feel good when you're watching their games. Now midfield, as I said, I'm looking to sell Reinders, I'm looking to possibly sell Semenyo, and possibly even Ndiaye. So who are the midfielders that I want? United is my biggest weak point in my team, I feel, because so many people have United midfield. They have Bruno, they have Mbumo, and one of the biggest mistakes I've done in my team was to sell Mbumo in game week 8. I still regret it to this day because I did a he was going down in price and just made me force me to sell it to Gordon. Again, Gordon, you know how that went. Terrible performance. So Mbumo, of course, is looking fantastic. He is going for AFCON in African Cup Nations in around game week 15, 16 times. So we won't have him for too long. And he has gone up in price to 8.5 now, but it's still definitely a good option. Of course, Bruno will still is a great option. I didn't add him here, but it's still somebody, if I can get to that price, it's great. Now, Cunha is somebody that I can actually afford because I can actually go from Semenyo to Cunha with the money that I have in the bank. So Cunha is somebody who hasn't come up with the returns as much as Mbumo has, but you know the quality of the player, and minutes should be good because the news has come that Sesko is out for at least 1 month. So there's Cunha could even play up front in the team, and when Mbumo goes for Afcon anyway, he still get good minutes, and he's the cheapest of the lot at 7.9. So if Cunha is also, if you don't have the money to go to Mbumo, I still feel Cunha is a good option to have, and doubling up is good as well. So Cunha, somebody I very much have my eye on. Ismaila Sarr at 6.7, I think great entry point at with Wolves away this week. I think I would, if I had more free transfers, I might do my India to Sarr as a sideways move. I would definitely do it, but I'll have to do it for a hit. So that's why I'm not a little hesitant because he also goes for Afcon, Sarr. So you have him only for the few weeks. So, but still, it's still a great fixture run. He's been points dodging. He's been scoring in Europe and cups, but not so much in the Premier League. But I'm sure owners feel unlucky. But I'm sure he'll come good. I do fear not holding him, but I still have two attacking Crystal Palace assets in my team. So hopefully they come good. And Soboslai, as a Liverpool attacking option outside of Salah, he's the only one who I feel whose minutes are nailed. Gakpo, Words, Isaac, Ekitike, all of them seem like minutes risks at the moment. But Soboslai, is he the option that's going to explode because he just has one goal and assist so far this season, and uh, but his DEFCON numbers are good. He could come up with, he's on set pieces some. So, and the news is that Bradley and Frimpong are both possibly out injured as well. So he could be back to right back. So his attacking potential is less there as well. But still, definitely a one to watch out for, especially because of the fixture run, right? Liverpool's fixtures are so good that you may want a piece of that attack, and Sobozai could be the one to go there. And finally, Minte of Brighton, again, somebody it's a personal favorite of mine, Minte, because last season I started with Minte in my game week 1 team. Didn't really work out, but he was my differential that I was going for. I always wanted to bring him back into the team. I've not owned him this season. I think they're entering a great run of fixtures. If you just again look at the fixture ticker once again, uh, Brighton have a fixture run of Brentford, Forest, Villa, West Ham, then Liverpool, but then Sunderland after that. So it's a pretty good run of fixtures for Minte. And at 6 million, he's great. And as I said earlier, I've already bought him in my team because I had the money to go from Reinders to Minte. So he welcomed Minte to my team. So uh, somebody who's exciting, who's nailed in that Brighton team. He can get a goal, get assists, all that. So very happy to have Minte there. So these were my midfielder shortlist. Now, what are the transfer parts I have? Now, as I mentioned, my top Gabriel replacement was Van Dijk. If I would just had to do that, I would have done that. But I because I was fearing Minte and Reinders having price movements, so I just already did that. So this is the the path that I was considering until today morning. This was the what I had considered, using two transfers, taking a -4, of course, because I just have one free transfer. Gabriel and Reinders to Van Dijk and Minte. I will still have 0.6 million in the bank. -4, that's fine. It's injury induced -4s. That's part of the game. So I think again, what you really missed in your team was I didn't have United midfielders, and with the fixtures they have coming up, and they play Monday night, man. And when Monday night, so many players are owning, so many FPL players own United midfielders. I have zero, and watching without having a player in the game is going to be hard watch. So uh, this is what these are the two that made sense for me. Now with the news today that Semenyo could have an injury, and they could take a it's a touch and go. It's doubtful. He aggravated an earlier injury is what the news came out in Areola's press conference. I am very tempted by taking another hit. That is, I'll go up to a -8 to move Semenyo to Cunha from Man United. So it will be another hit there. I will have the money for that. So I will decide that by tomorrow if I'm going to take that additional hit. But I think I'll just be comfortable having a Man United midfielder. It's tempting me a lot. I know Cunha is not Mbumo or Bruno. I think Cunha is the lesser of the two, possibly, but he still has all potential. It's still, as I said, I like having players in different matches. So having a Liverpool player, a Brighton player, a Man United player, and like after if I do make this move, the only doubles I'll have is two Arsenal and two Palace. Everybody else will be from different teams. So as a general strategy, I like that. So the other hit is possibly taking NDI to SAR, but that feels sideways. Both are going to AFCON. Both are, and NDI is on penalties, man. You can just spike a penalty any week. So I'm not really keen on taking that hit to go from NDI to SAR. But the these are the moves that I had in mind. So uh, let me just finally show you how these moves will look on FPL.team. This is the app that I use to just plan my future moves. So that I've made all three moves that I just mentioned. I've moved Gabriel to Van Dijk. I've moved uh, I've moved Reinders to Minte here, and I moved Semenyo to Cunha. So I will have 0.5 million in the bank. Of course, I'm taking a -8 hit, and my bench boost is active. And my bench will include NDI playing United away, Anderson playing Sunderland at home, Rodon playing Villa at home, and Dubravka playing Chelsea at home. At least it's three home fixtures, and NDI the penalty taker. Having a penalty taker on your bench boost, hopefully you get a spike a penalty there. And then moving on to game week 13, I will show you. I'll possibly look to roll this week because defense again looks good. Sunderland, West Ham, and United. You have your midfield of Cunha, Minte, and Ndiaye playing Newcastle at home. Not that great, but Newcastle away have been terrible. So, and last week my Thiago scored a penalty against them at home. So hopefully that happens again. Matata, Haaland, and Thiago, again, great fixtures for them. And Haaland is right now triple captain active in game week 13. So hopefully that's a good edge over all the free hitters who will be in game week 13. Now in game week 14, I have made one move. So this is just we're just uh, trying out different things. Of course, Soboslai, I brought him in for NDI because NDI will have to sell eventually before AFCON. So Soboslai, because again, Liverpool's fixture run doesn't stop there. The good fixtures don't stop there. So I thought, a good option because Thiago is playing Arsenal away. So NDI had a difficult fixture. So that's an option I am considering. And then in game week 15, the move I've done is I've changed Senesi to O'Reilly. Man City, they play Sunderland at home. That's a good fixture as well. Of course, I'll have to finish the other transfer in game week 15. I haven't decided on where to go. But that's a luxury place to be. You do not knowing where to go because and maybe Enzo is playing Bournemouth away, not the best fixture. Maybe you can move him on, but at this point you're not sure. And then game week 16, as I mentioned, you can you can bring back your Arsenal players, right? You can sell Munoz, who's playing City at home. You can bring back Timber, who's playing Wolves. And you're going to get the 5 free transfers, all that. And game week 17 may free hit and all that. So this is what I mentioned. This is the future paths I have in mind. Hope you enjoyed that. Any comments you have, do leave a like on this video. Do leave comment any idea, your thoughts on my transfer plans, and do subscribe to the channel if you'd like to follow my team this season. Thank you so much for watching, and all the best this week, and see you soon.